Hi, I'm Brett Parker, multimedia specialist for snack food and wholesale bakery. And today we're highlighting Cargill, who employs a team of technical experts to analyze data about consumer trends in the bakery and snacking realms while offering insights into healthy ingredients that influence purchase decisions. Here to discuss this with us is Jana Mauck, Category Marketing Manager for Snacks and Cereal category of Cargill. Jenna, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Brett. I'm excited to be here.
Can you explain how Cargill's system of trend analysis works?
Yeah, at Cargill, we really use a data-backed process. So we try to pull in not only external data like Nielsen and Euromonitor and Circana, but round that out with our own proprietary studies that we do around ingredients or even other consumer studies that we do specific to the categories. Some of our more recent ones, we have our salty snacks claim tracker. We have Fatitudes, which is a proprietary study around consumers' behaviors and fats and oils, kind of their perception of how they perceive it. And this year we have a new addition to that study. We did a slice specific for salty snack customers and bakery customers. So it helps us give a lens of how they're thinking about fats and oils in that salty snack space. We also have our ingredient tracker that gives us great perspective on the other ingredients that fall into the snacks category, along with our trend tracker that helps us give a broad macro view of what's going on in the food and beverage space. We try to take all of those and tie those together to really understand what is going on in the category and the broader food and beverage segment.
What are the biggest trends you're seeing in the snack space, especially as it relates to better for you snacking?
Yeah, in the snack space, we see kind of four broad trends that are really driving growth. One is on the go, and that's something that's kind of been table stakes within the snacks category, but we're seeing opportunity space and some growth there, really driven by the younger generation. So think the Gen Z, young millennials, and even Gen Alpha. In the post-COVID world, we're seeing a lot more mobility. They're out and their behaviors are changing in how they eat. They are consuming a lot more snacks and eating more snacking occasions versus regular meals. And so that's really giving an opportunity space for new product innovation to capture that younger generation. The second trend we're seeing is around value. It's a little bit bigger than just the price element. I know inflation has really put pressure on consumers the past couple of years, but what we're seeing is, in particular in the snack space, is that willingness to pay for value or items that consumers perceive of value. So they're still going to make that decision. They may do trade-offs, but there are things that they are willing to pay more for. And we're seeing particularly salty snacks is one that has a little bit higher threshold, along with the healthy snacks. So consumers, when they're meeting that need, and there's that a little bit higher higher willingness to pay when it's meeting those values that they hold near. The third is healthy snacking. And in that space, we're seeing kind of two sides of it. There's the group where consumers want to avoid certain ingredients. So think of sodium reduction, fat reduction, sugar reduction, staying away from certain ingredients. But then on the flip side, there's also consumers that are seeking certain ingredients. So looking for that functional benefit of added protein, added fiber, whole grains, really things that can maybe give a little more purpose when they're snacking. But the fourth space we're seeing is kind of what still holds true is that indulgent space. So really consumers, while healthy snacking is growing, indulgence and indulge me is still there in the snacking space. And it's a reason and a motivator. Sometimes consumers just have a craving. And so that indulgent space still remains. And what we're seeing there is really driven by flavor. We're seeing a lot of flavor trends, a lot of consumers turning to snacks as a way to try new flavors. It's a less risky investment to try it in a snack versus investing in a whole meal. So we're seeing a lot of new flavors, new flavor combinations, but kind of even taking that to the next level of a really multi-sensorial experience where it's the flavor, it's the color, it's the texture, and creating more of an experience for the consumer when they're snacking.
Now, are specific on-pack health claims, for example, a product that highlights how it's a good source of protein, are things like that good at driving sales with consumers?
Yeah, that's something our salty snack claim tracker that we released earlier this year really showed. It was the top claim that impacted purchase as consumers are seeking that high good source of protein. Where that was one, even when we slice it by different types of customer, whether clean label or parents or millennials, that always rose to the top. It's that one that they deemed most impactful. And we're seeing that come to life with new product launches. I pulled some Innova data, and what we're seeing there within Innova is the new product launches. If we look year over year, good source of protein or a high source of protein is one of the leading claims. It had about a 13% year over year increase in new product launches. So it's definitely something that is driving the market. Other claims we saw come to light in that salty snacks claim tracker was around heart healthy. So again, that kind of plays into that reduction or taking out ingredients of, typically around salt and fat. But good source of fiber was another one of those top impactful claims, along with no artificial ingredients and flavors.
How is Cargill supporting brands that want to improve the nutritional profile of their products?
So at Cargill, for us, innovation is really around connecting the dots, understanding those customer pain points and the consumer pain points, and using a process to tap into our resources to help bring that to life. We challenge our teams to think entrepreneurial, think outside of the box, but it's our ecosystem of marketing, R&D, and our capabilities with our innovation center that really enable us to co-create with our customers. We leverage our experts that understand the snack applications, and we partner with them and our resources like our broad portfolio and that expertise. And we go into our innovation center. We have an innovation center here in Minneapolis that has both a snacks lab and a frying lab. It's actually a state-of-the-art frying lab that enables us to, if it's a customer that's doing a fried application, go in there and test it in different oils, test it, and then bring it out to our sensorial team. Our experts can work side by side in the application labs with our partners or with our customers to really test and play and get to those right attributes that they're trying to achieve for those consumer products. And then tap into our sensory team that we can take a product from concept to prototype fairly quickly and partner with them while tapping into our broad portfolio to really help find those solutions for our customers.
Now, with all this data, can you determine what trends and health claims will be big with consumers over the next several years?
Definitely healthy is going to be that trend. I think consumers are kind of with that yin and yang of, I still want that indulgent treat, but consumers are also looking to relieve that guilt. And so I think the big opportunity in that space is going to be, how do you make a healthy snack that still tastes good like an indulgent snack? Because that's some of that barrier for consumers today is they want that less guilt, but at the same time, they still want that taste and flavor. Taste is always going to be king. And so I think that's going to be where a lot of innovation will be around in the next couple of years for snacks. The other thing that's going to be impactful is some regulatory elements. We see front of label packaging in Canada right now influencing some innovation because some of our customers have one formulation for US and Canada. And so with front of label packaging in Canada, they're going to have to, meet some requirements. So there's some innovation, I think, that'll come about in that space while there's lingering in the US What is that front of label packaging going to mean with it kind of still in proposal stage? So I think those are things that are going to kind of keep lingering within the snack space.
Great. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Jana Mauck of Cargill, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And thank you all for watching.